Thanks for tuning in to the Coaching from My Wheelchair podcast. I'm Dr. Les Wright, your host, but you can call me Coach J. This is an on-the-go coaching podcast where we'll discuss topics centered around personal and professional development, focusing on balancing and getting the most out of your everyday life. Each of my 10 to 15-minute episodes offers practical tips and little tidbits to inspire and motivate you and help you discover the tools you need to set and achieve your goals. This is perfect for those who like to learn and grow while on the move. Whether you're commuting, working out, or just wanting to take a moment for yourself, I've got you. Now on to the show. Welcome to the Coaching from My Wheelchair podcast, your on-the-go personal and professional development resource. I'm your host, Coach J, and I'm thrilled to have you join me today for our first episode. Whether you're here for some inspiration, career development tips, or just some good old self-improvement wisdom, you're in the right place. We're talking about something that is an absolute game changer in both your personal and professional life. Self-awareness. We're going to talk about what self-awareness is, what it really means, why it's so important, and how you can harness it to build positive habits to fuel your personal and professional growth. I promise, by the end of this episode, you'll have a whole new perspective on this topic, and maybe even a few aha moments along the way. So, let's dive in, okay? Let's kick things off with the basics. What exactly is self-awareness? You've probably heard the term tossed around a lot, especially if you're into self-help or personal growth. But what does it really mean? As a coach, my focus with my clients is on making them see their potential, which lies in helping them maximize their strengths, recognize opportunities for improvement, set and work toward goals. One factor, however, remains constant in my approach: the importance of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to consciously recognize and understand your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It's like holding up a mirror, but not just for your physical appearance. It's a mirror that reflects your inner world. You get to see your motivations, your fears, your strengths, and yeah, even those pesky blind spots you'd prefer to ignore. But here's the kicker. It's a baseline skill that can be used to help you improve your personal and professional development. If you become more aware of yourself, you will have a much clearer idea of the effects you can have on others and how to change them if necessary. Self-awareness goes way deeper than just knowing you're angry because someone cut you off in traffic, sitting in the car, muttering some unflattering words I can't say here. It's about understanding why you feel the way you do, recognizing how your thoughts and behaviors affect your life and others, and being brutally honest with yourself about areas where you can grow. All right, so why does any of this even matter? Why is self-awareness such a big deal? I'm so glad you asked. It matters because self-awareness is the foundation of all personal growth. You cannot welcome growth until you welcome self-acceptance. Without it, you're basically wandering around in the dark. It's like you are trying to navigate through life without a GPS, finding yourself lost at every turn. I would say, don't even think about trying to give someone else directions when you can't even make it 3 blocks from where you started. So, let's break down some of the key benefits of self-awareness, because knowing more about ourselves has many benefits. For example, 1. Better decision making. When you're self-aware, you're more in tune with your values and goals. This clarity helps you make decisions that align with who you truly are rather than getting swept up by external pressures. No more making choices because someone else thinks it's a good idea. It's all about you. 2. Improved relationships. Self-awareness lets you recognize how your actions and words impact others. Ever have one of those moments where you unintentionally hurt someone's feelings? Yeah, we've all been there. But when you're self-aware, you catch those things sooner and become better at navigating conflicts, ultimately building stronger relationships. 3. Greater emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, starts with self-awareness. When you can identify and understand your emotions, you're way better at managing them and responding to others with empathy. So you'll be that person in the room who everyone's like, wow, they really get me. 4. Enhance personal and professional growth. When you know your strengths and weaknesses, you can leverage the good stuff and work on the not so great stuff, whether it's in your career or your personal life. 5. Increased resilience. Self-awareness builds resilience. You will never become self-aware if you do not learn to be self-reliant. Life throws challenges at all of us, but when you understand your emotional triggers, you're less likely to react impulsively and more likely to strategize your way through tough times. Now, that we know the why. Let's talk about how self-awareness helps you build positive habits. We've all been there, trying to hit the gym more often, eat healthier, or stop binge watching that third season of your favorite show. No judgment. I've been down that rabbit hole too. Here's the deal. The key to lasting habit change lies in self-awareness. When you're self-aware, you understand the motivations behind your actions. You start to see patterns. Like when you always reach for those chips after a stressful day. Okay, I love me some chips. But when you're aware of the emotional triggers that lead to bad habits, you can replace them with healthier alternatives. Maybe I swap out the chips for a piece of fruit, or step away from the pantry and do some other activity that does not involve eating. But self-awareness isn't just about breaking bad habits, it's also about building good ones. If you know you're a morning person, that's when you should tackle your toughest tasks. If you're aware that you procrastinate, you can set up strategies to keep yourself accountable, like breaking tasks into smaller chunks. When you're clear on why you want to build a habit, whether it's for better health, more energy, or success at work, you're much more likely to stick with it when things get tough. So, how do we take all this talk about self-awareness and actually apply it in our lives? Here are some practical ways to use self-awareness to fuel your personal and professional growth. 1. Set clear intentions. Self-awareness helps you define what you truly want and why it matters. Clear intentions guide your decisions and actions in both life and work. 2. Practice mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness is a powerful tool for developing self-awareness. Do everything you can to be grateful for what you have in the moment, where you are in life, and who you are right now. This means focusing on the present without becoming overwhelmed or overly reactive to your circumstances. 3. Seek feedback. Self-awareness isn't just about looking inward. It's about understanding how others see you too. Regularly seek feedback from trusted people to get an outside perspective. 4. Reflect regularly. Make time for self-reflection. Whether it's through journaling, meditation, reading the Word, as we say, or just taking personal time out for yourself, reflection helps you process your experiences and recalibrate your goals. 5. Embrace growth opportunities. Growth happens when we step outside our comfort zones. Self-awareness reveals the areas where you need to grow, so don't shy away from those opportunities, embrace them. No matter what techniques you use, self-awareness is the key to success in interacting with people. Making the effort every day to increase self-awareness will boost performance and satisfaction and improve your life. Author Ralph Ellison asserted in his book Invisible Man, "When I discover who I am, I'll be free." Okay, that is the end of my spill on self-awareness. But before we wrap things up, let's tackle a few frequently asked questions about self-awareness. Question 1. Can self-awareness be developed, or is it something you're born with? You can absolutely develop self-awareness. Like any skill, it takes practice and effort, but anyone can improve it over time. Question 2. How often should I practice self-reflection? It depends on you, but regular reflection daily, weekly, or even monthly can help keep you connected with your emotions and thoughts. Question 3. Can too much self-awareness be a bad thing? It can if you're constantly critical of yourself. Remember, balance is key. Be mindful of your actions, but practice self-compassion too. Question 4. How does self-awareness impact relationships? It improves relationships by helping you communicate better, manage your emotions, and understand others' perspectives. Question 5. What's one simple way to start building self-awareness today? Ask yourself reflective questions like, what did I do well today? And what could I improve? These small questions can spark huge growth. And that's a wrap on today's episode about self-awareness. Remember, self-awareness isn't a one-time thing. It's a practice that over time will help you lead a more intentional, fulfilling, and successful life. The best version of yourself isn't some far-off fantasy. It's achievable, and it starts right here, right now, with self-awareness, practical strategies, and a little bit of coaching magic. If you enjoyed this episode, look for future episodes on wherever you get your podcasts, where we will continue exploring topics that will help you grow personally and professionally. Don't forget to share this episode with someone who could benefit from it, especially if they're passionate about self-help and personal growth.
You can also buy a copy of Coach Jay's book, Coaching from My Wheelchair: Tips, Tidbits, Tools, and Strategies for Improving Your Personal and Professional Self-Development. available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. You can also connect with him on social media on Instagram at TWCCSLLC, and you can also find him on Facebook, LinkedIn, through his website at therightcoachingservices.com/podcasts.
Thanks for tuning in, and remember to stay educated, stay informed, and learn something new. Until next time, this is Coach Jay.